So I'm just going to use my phthalo blue again, alizarin crimson for the dark colour, a bit of black, and I'm going to use some titanium white which I've got already out there. Now see the colour I've got there, I think that might be somewhere near right, but I'll check it first. Now it comes down, we've got a stand of trees that are quite a bit further away from us. So I'm just going to put a bit more blue into that colour that I've mixed up. Just a bit more blue into it. And then I want these trees to be at that area. And they actually come up. So I'm just stippling with the fan brush at the moment. They come up to about there. And the more you stipple, the more they will actually mix with the liquid white. See, I want them quite a bit softer than I've got them at the moment, not as dark because they're in the background. So by doing that, it'll instantly put them in the middle ground, so it looks quite a distance away. And then this comes up here all the way up to about there. So all I'm going to do is just use that light colour and tap it in up there at first. See how I'm blocking it in now a little behind. In there I can do the same thing, just block behind it. Some of this lavender. Just with the fan brush. And then these are quite far away at these trees, so what I need to do is just lift up on them gently, just straight up, make them look like tiny little evergreen trees that are way off in the distance. So you just gently pull up. And you just catch that paint that's on the tops, on the tippy tops of that. Use my brush at an angle there and still just pull up, straight up. And then underneath that you still pull up, and it gives that effect of evergreens that are quite distant, just hundreds and thousands of them all there. Now there's a strip here of snow, and then we've got some that are actually coming now down here. See, this is quite a way off in the distance. I'm going to actually put a little stand of trees somewhere there. We're going to have some little gaps in behind it and stuff. Maybe this itself has got a few little trees just in there. And then we're creating layers by doing this. All the time we're doing it, we're creating layers. You see, I might just go along the bottom edge of that to where the trees stop. And rather than painting snow in at the moment, I'm just going to use the dark. See that? That's the bottom of the stand of trees that I've just put in there, and then we can put some white in front afterwards. Now on this side, it's all in shadow. I'm going to use a filbert and get a bit more of the blue into that colour, and then this is going to be my shadow side. Now I've got a little area where there's a lake in the background. I'm just going to mark it out with this blue where it's going to start there. It comes right through actually. That's good. So up in here we've got a lovely shadow. See that? Put a bit of that shadow in before I do these trees. Just on the left hand side though. The right hand side is lit up more with snow. The light's coming down from left to right in this painting. There. That's cool. And even up in here I need some of that blue for shadows in my snow. In fact, it can get a bit stronger over in here. Let it get a bit stronger. exaggerate the shadows basically. Now up in here we've got the white, so I'm just going to get straight titanium white on both sides of my filbert brush, and then just up in here I'm going to create an area of snow. See that? Just by using them angles it'll look like it's going down into that valley. Don't kill all the blues that you get in there, you want a few little shadows still, but it wants to be distinctively whiter at this side than it is at that. Now I'm going to let this colour come into there. Oh yeah, love it. I really enjoy painting these types of scenes. Alaska and Yellowstone Park and all these beautiful parks, national parks. They're absolutely beautiful places to go see. I'd love to go see them myself, but I never have. I just picture them in my mind, and there we go. Take myself there that way. Right, so I'm going to go back to my darker brush with the darks on. A bit more dark into that colour there. So you see how I'm picking the dark from there, and I'm transferring it to here where the white is, so it don't get too dark on me without me being at control. So again, I'm going to tap into that and leave that snow behind into that area and tap. Like there's another layer. Got a few there as well. And then I'm just going to gently just pull up. It's going to look like little trees miles away. That's the one. And again, come back to my filbert every time in between the layers, and I'll just paint myself some snow underneath that stand of trees there. I don't want too much because this is the shadowed side, so I'll keep a clean filbert brush to one side just so that I can come back into these parts when I do that and blend them out into the shadow. See, it's still predominantly a shadow tone in there. So what that little bit of snow does, it acts as a separator for you, so that when you come back into here you can just tap a few little trees in and just pull them up, and there you go, you got another layer of trees. And I like to just put a few little stands of trees in as well that are a bit separate. Just over here. So I'll just do it like so. Just using the thin part there. Put a little stand of trees that's quite a decent distance away still. And you can just come underneath them. See, one little nudge like so is like a little stand of trees way off in the distance, miles and miles away. There. So that's a little stand of trees where you've got a load more growing in there. A few separate ones that just grow separately from it as well. Just like there. That's it. And then you can lift up gently on them. Just don't kill the bottoms. Don't kill the bottoms of them. This is just a big stand of trees. There could be easily 50, 60 trees in this one little stand of trees just in there. And then using them same colour tones, I'm just going to actually come down here at that same angle. There. I'm just going to tap, and again, you want your brush quite sharp for this. I can just come back and just lift it up gently, not too strongly, just enough. There's a few back in there. See that? Some distant trees. You get these in Scotland, these little pine trees, and the way they actually meander down the valleys and stuff is really nice. You get them in the Alps, you get them all over. Maybe there's a little stand of trees just there on their own. Cool. I'm just in here. I'll just pull up slightly. Make some little trees just there. That's good. I'm going to leave all this quite a bit more white because the trees on here now are starting to get a bit of a little bit of colour into them because the light's coming down this way basically. So I get a bit more crimson and a little bit of burnt sienna into that as well. So it's going to change the colour slightly. That's what we want. And as you come closer to you actually can pick up and lift up quite a bit more. See? And then that for me is going right up the side. Big stand of trees growing up there. Another good thing you can do, because we're getting a bit closer now, just here and there now you can start indicating some little trees that you can actually pick out. See that? Just here and there, some that are a bit bigger and a bit taller. That's it. Now, just up in here, I'm going to do the same. Reload that brush. A little bit more burnt sienna to that as well. That burnt sienna will help. It just gives it that little bit of colour, you know, because the sunlight's hitting this side, and then we'll soon enough start going into greens, because even though this is a winter scene and there's snow on the ground, the trees are still actually green at the moment. There's not that much snow on them. In the foreground I'm talking about. Trees in the foreground, there's quite a bit of snow on them. In the background here, there's nothing. So lift up, it should get darker as it comes towards this area. That's it. How much darker that's becoming now. It's getting closer to us. Again, do the same thing and indicate a couple of trees that are just stood up there. Nice. Another nice thing to do really, I should have done it beforehand, but is I'll load my brush to a chisel edge with the white, and then just when I've gone a bit too far down, I'll just touch it and and then just same on this, allow the white in there and put a bottom to that. That's good. Now we've got these little lashes going on there in the background now. Pull a bit of that shadow sometimes that you've picked up, the shadow colour, and allow it to stay there, integrate it into there, because it's still shadows even though it's highlighted.